Okay, so up on the screen, you're going to be seeing some images for what we're going to have as Hellfire Citadel Raid in 6.2. Now this is a complete and utter speculation video. There is no facts in this other than the maps that you were seeing on the screen, which are always subject to change because it is the PTR. Now before I get any further, I would absolutely like to stress how this is going to have spoilers, and it is going to talk about parts of the legendary quest chain. If you have not finished that yet, or you do not enjoy spoilers, I highly recommend that you hit the like button for me and direct yourself to maybe one of my other videos. Okay, so going through these, going through the maps, the overview maps, we've got several maps, and it looks to be, I think, 13 bosses. And the maps have some interesting labels on them. One of the most interesting is there's a spot called Deadeye's Vision, and there is a boss marker there. So I'm assuming that is where we end Kilrogg Deadeye, which, if you saw the cinematic for the legendary quest chain, you'll know that Kilrogg Deadeye drank some demon blood, went a little nutso, and is now following Gul'dan. Gul'dan mentioned, "You've seen your fate." Pretty much, you've seen your fate. You know what must be done. There was not really any character development for Kilrogg Deadeye. There was not really any reason for us to be shocked that he drank this demon blood. There was no feeling. We felt nothing for him, in my opinion. And so after that, we go into this dungeon, or this raid, I should say. We go into this raid and we kill him. Doesn't really faze me. It'll be interesting to see if they do a little cinematic there, maybe add a little bit of lore before and after for Kilrogg. That would be very interesting, in my opinion. The other really, really interesting labels are Gromash's Torment and Iskar's Clutch. Now, let's talk about Iskar's Clutch for a minute. Iskar is the Arakoa that we meet in Talador. He's disguised as the Draenei woman, and we do what, like 3 or 4 quests for him, and then he knocks us out, and we go and talk to him at their refuge camp or whatever, and we do a couple more quests. So he was a good guy, as far as good guys go. I mean, he wasn't trying to rip our face off as soon as he met us, so he was a good guy. But now he's in Hellfire Citadel. He's got the area. Well, he may not be in Hellfire Citadel, but the area is named after him, and there's a boss marker there. So I'm going to just assume that that's him. So does that mean that there was actually a breakaway from the Arakoa, the tainted Arakoa, that came and followed Gul'dan? And will we have another sect of Arakoa that we will fight? The tainted Arakoa that we will fight. That'll be interesting to see. Then, okay, now we've got Gromash's Torment. And that, to me, there's a boss marker there. And I really hope that they did not break his iron will, as Gul'dan stated that he wished he could do, or he looked forward to doing. I hope they did not do that, and he is not a boss, because I don't want to fight Gromash. I don't. I would love to have a redemption story with Gromash, where we, at the very least, get him as a follower, and at the very most, he comes and joins us in Azeroth. Because not only are the entire horde now wary of all of those that followed Garrosh, all of the orcs that followed Garrosh, we're wary. Just face it, they're wary of them. They were so willing to just murder and slaughter and kill in the name of Garrosh because he was a horde hero. We need a horde hero that's actually a Horde hero. Also, if you hear squeaking in the background, that's my puppy. He's playing with his toy. Anyway, so we need a good Horde hero that's not Thrall. Let me rephrase that. We need a good Orc Horde hero that's not Thrall. And we need him on Azeroth. We don't need him in Draenor. But if we can't have Grommash, then I hope that the Frost Wolves, all of them, the entire clan, come and join us on Azeroth. And I mean that, the entire Frostwolf clan, because what's left for them? I mean, yeah, they've got Frostfire Ridge, but the Thunderlord clan's still there. They're still loyal to the Iron Horde. Or I guess Gul'dan now? I don't know how that works. Also, you're gonna have to excuse the sniffles. I've got a cold. So I guess they work for the Gul'dan now, so maybe they're all demonic tainted, which is just gonna taint the land. I mean, we may kill Garrosh, or we may kill Gul'dan. My brain's getting spinned up in there. We may kill Gul'dan, but the demonic taint is already on the planet. So will the demonic taint continue to spread? We don't know. If Outland is any example, then no, because Nagrand wouldn't be there. But it could. And honestly, I would just love to see them on Azeroth. I mean, yeah, a lot of people don't like Thrall. A lot of people call him Green Jesus. They think he's pretty much just the most iconic WoW character that there is, and he's just way overpowered, and Blizzard's never going to kill him off. Would you want Blizzard to kill him off? That's really, I mean, why? He's been sacrificing a lot of his life for the Horde and for Azeroth. I don't know why anybody would just outright hate Thrall other than the fact that he just seems really overpowered. And he does. He seems really overpowered, but when you go to think about it, we've needed somebody really overpowered like that. I mean, what would we have done if we didn't have Thrall during the Cataclysm? The Maelstrom would have swallowed the entire world before we could even find Deathwing and kill him. So lore-wise, story-wise, which is a huge chunk of what matters in an RPG, has to flow and has to make sense. And having Thrall, I mean, sure, you could have had several shamans do it, like a whole pack of them, but it wouldn't have been as epic as seeing Thrall, War Chief of the Horde, do it. And I see it from an alliance standpoint as well. Varian's not done anything like that, and it seems like Varian's not gonna do anything like that. I mean, at least in game, he hasn't run off to, but he's, you know, he's Varian. He's not Thrall. I don't know how else to explain it any better than that. However, I really got off track. If we can't have Grommash, at least let us have all the Frostwolves, all of them, because I wouldn't want to leave any Frostwolf behind. But the Frostwolves have played a huge part in how we've grown on Draenor. And to just leave them behind, just because it's an alternate timeline, just leave them behind, seems, I don't know, kind of a jerk move. But yeah, those are my thoughts. The maps are still going across on the screen. Just take a look at them. Tell me what you think. Give me some of your speculations. Maybe what you think is going to happen with Grommash. And whether or not you think Kilrog turning even more dark side... Bleh. Kilrog turning even more dark side is shocking to you. Because it honestly wasn't to me. because the character had no story for me to care about. But yeah, this has been Drethtar, with a little bit of something, I suppose. I know I haven't been uploading anything in a while. And on that, I don't do dungeoning with Drethtar anymore, simply because at the beginning of Warlords of Draenor, I went from being a shaman that could heal all to a shaman that could heal one. And by that I mean our AoEs seem to be nerfed so far into the ground because of this new smart healing Blizzard wanted to do, that when people started pulling like it was Mists of Pandaria, they kept dying, and I didn't want to go through that. I don't like doing randoms anyway because people are jerks, and I most certainly don't like doing randoms when I can't heal everyone because everyone thinks it's Mists of Pandaria and they can just pull whatever they want. And it still happens. I still dungeon, I just don't play Drethtar anymore. I still dungeon on my warrior, I still dungeon on my hunter, and it still happens. There's still DPS, there's still healers, they just pull. There's tanks that chain pull an entire room and expect to survive. So that's why there hasn't been any gaming with Drethtar, or any dungeoning with Drethtar, I guess I should say. And that's one of the main reasons why I haven't uploaded anything in a long time, is because of the nerfs. Shaman healing isn't as difficult as it was at launch, and I can do it. I can heal heroics, I can heal raids, but I don't because it's not fun anymore. In Mists of Pandaria, it wasn't fun for the most part because it was too easy, and now it's not fun because it's more of a job than it is a game now. I'm having to, like, you can argue till I'm blue in the face, or till you're blue in the face, but at the end of the day, I don't have fun playing my shaman, and that's what matters. What matters is if I have fun playing it, and I don't. You could say, oh, well, it's challenging now. Well, yeah, maybe for some people. For me, it's just an annoyance. It went from too easy to too hard to heal a group of people, and you could argue, well, you're not supposed to do that. Well, shamans are AoE healers. That's what they do. That's what made the class special. If I'm single target healing, I might as well play a priest, and I do. I have a priest. It's a holy priest. I heal on that one, but it's really low level. It's 91, 92, and so I don't want to do level dungeons while I record. That's just not something I want to do. When I get to 100, I'll do heroics, and I'll record those, but digressing again, I don't have fun playing my shaman. And someone told me, well, go elemental. So I went elemental. But the problem with elemental is that I'm DPS, and I have to wait 30 minutes for a dungeon. Sometimes longer, sometimes an hour. I've been sitting there once, and my queue timer jumped from 30 minutes up to an hour, and then I waited another 10 minutes, and it was at an hour and a half, and I was like, no, I'm just not doing it. So, I mean, it's either don't have fun healing but get an instant queue, or DPS and have to wait an hour. And with as limited a time as I end up having during the day anyway, I just don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with the queue times. I don't want to deal with the jerks in looking for dungeon. And you could say, well, join a guild. Well, I'm in a guild. It's not a very active guild, but I'm in a guild. I don't like doing dungeons with people. In general, I suppose I should say. As long as, you know, they're not... Oops, sorry about that. As long as they're not going to listen... I bumped my microphone. As long as they're not going to listen, I'm not going to deal with it. And there's a lot of people who just don't listen. You could say, well, don't pull that entire pack because you're going to die. They don't listen. So I guess I need to find a group of people that know how to play and don't mind maybe not taking it at an extremely fast pace, maybe taking it at a slower, more well-balanced, fun pace. Instead of pulling 4 packs of groups, maybe you pull 2. And then I don't have to go out of mana every time you pull something. Because that's happened. The tank will pull like an entire room, and then suddenly I'm having to use my fastest cast healing to keep him alive because he's taking so much damage that I don't have time to cast Greater Heal. I don't have time to cast Chain Heal. I have to cast Healing Surge, and my mana just disappears. I mean, I cast that like 4 or 5 times, and my mana's gone. And with the nerfs that are coming, and if you haven't looked at the 6.2 patch notes for Shaman healing, you need to if you're a healer. There's nerfs coming to Riptide. So, yeah, my Shaman's just pretty much shelved for the unforeseeable future until it becomes fun to play again. Lately, like I said, I've been playing on my Hunter, and maybe I'll record some heroics on my Hunter. I don't think people really enjoy watching DPS, but yeah, I'll do that and we'll see how it goes. But anyway, this has gone on way too long, and I apologize. So, this is me signing off. I would really love to hear your speculations for 6.2, so please put them in the comments below. And until next time, good night.